What if the business you've worked so hard to build is no longer meant for who you're becoming? I know, it sounds scary. And I understand you've worked so hard all these years, but you have this feeling like something is off. Even though it looks fine from the outside, something's going on behind the scenes. This is for you. Here are the top 3 signs that you have outgrown your business, but you're too scared to say it out loud. I'll say it for you. Number 1, you're making money, but you feel almost numb inside. Like you don't actually care if people buy, if people don't buy, and when people join, you don't get that like, ooh, ah, yummy, juicy feeling inside anymore. In fact, probably what's going on is the sales, instead of going like this, are starting to either flatline or they're starting to dip a little bit. And the reason why that's happening is because they're in vibration with your energy. So if you feel like you have fallen out of love with your business, it feels more transactional than transformational. This could be the first sign that things are a little bit awry, that you have outgrown your current business, which is okay. Because for all of us, we can see that our business growth, it's like a catalyst for our personal growth and development. That when you are putting yourself out there as a personal brand or an authority or an expert, it really causes you to find a deeper place within yourself, to step up and to lead in a different way, to posture yourself, to share your wisdom and your experience. And after a while, instead of it feeling like it's a stretch to do these things and to put yourself out there and to put offers out there or to launch or whatever the thing is that you're doing, it no longer feels like that little stretch. It feels just like, it's like a numbing feeling, like you don't get anything from it. And that could be one of the first signs that your body is starting to tell you. Now, I believe that our bodies carry an innate wisdom within them. If you can slow down and tune in, your body will give you all sorts of great insights and information. So let's take a moment right here and just tune in. Bring your mind, your attention into your mind, and start to do a scan from the top of your head, scan all the way down from your face, your neck, your shoulders, down your arms and hands, down your chest and torso, through your hips, your legs, all the way down to your feet. Now imagine that again, but this time with a bright white light, kind of just purifying, releasing any expectations, any worries, any fears, anything at all that's standing in your way of getting a clear, concise message. Excuse me, my body can already feel like the shift happening for you. So that's a really great validation for you right now. So take this moment and just simply ask, what is off? What is my body trying to tell me about my business that I have not slowed down to hear yet, or I've not tuned in to listen to yet? What is my body wanting to tell me right now? And maybe your body is saying, hell yeah, this is explosive. You're on the precipice of something great. Take the leap. But perhaps your body is saying, you know what? This program, this product, this service, it just is like, oh, it's so heavy. And I have been there myself, where you've spent a lot of time and energy creating something, selling something, putting it out there in the world, delivering it, and you want it to feel amazing. You want it to feel like fireworks, but it actually feels like, I can't believe I have to do this. If you catch yourself ever saying, I have to do such and such, that's also kind of an indicator that your body is a little bit off and it doesn't feel lit up about it. But you already know that. You don't have to wait and do this exercise to figure that out. So if you know you're in that period where it's like a have to and it's a slog, look at it. And maybe you don't have to throw it all out the window, but perhaps there are pieces of it that are like, okay, this part is fire, I love this piece, or this part is like, oh, it's so draining, I don't like it, I hate this part, I hate what it does to me. So for example, maybe you're leading a coaching program and you love the content that you deliver, but you don't love holding space in between calls in a Facebook group. Okay, so if that's something that you want to do, like, can you do it in a different method? Can you do it in WhatsApp? Can you do it in Voxer? Can you do it somewhere else? If you're doing a coaching program and you're like, I have so many one-on-ones, I don't have any time for myself, I have too many. Okay, well, maybe next time you offer the program, you nix the one-on-ones. So it doesn't have to be all or nothing, but there could be components that you're like, yes, this still lights me up. No, this doesn't. For example, I have a membership called Mastering Ascension. I love it. I get to channel every single month a new guided meditation. And now at this point, there are hundreds. But what was not lighting me up was doing these live guided energy healings and meditations in front of an audience. Because sometimes people would show up, or sometimes they wouldn't, or sometimes they'd show up with weird energy, and it would really impact my personal energy, because I could be lit up and fired up, and then I'd be like, okay, now I have to manage the energy of this group and the back and forth that I was doing. Like, I would rather do these on my own, in my own time, when my energy is really potent and vibrant, because that's how I serve at my highest level. So notice how you need to navigate in your own business. Number 2, your calendar is full, but your soul feels empty. If that's what's happening for you, and I kind of alluded it into the first step, which is look around. How do you want to spend your time? Before you start like deciding you want to burn it all down, let's just take a beat. When you envision your best life ever, your best business ever, what does your work week look like? Are you working 5 days a week, 6, 7 days a week? Like, I almost said 8. Are you working 8 days a week? I hope you're not. But like, in your best self, in your highest vision, what is that person doing? I know for me, that vision, I realized I was actually having longer weekends. I was having 1 day a week off. And I thought, oh, well, let me see, maybe I can try doing that. And I tried it on. I allowed my team to say, whether they wanted to do it or not. I said, listen, I'm going to start playing with a 4-day work week. I invite you to do that. If it works for you, great. If not, that's okay too. Let's just see how it feels. And little by little, we've started to do that, and everybody really enjoyed it. So that became the new norm. We're off on Mondays. Everybody gets to have a Tuesday through Friday work week. We say that to the inbox. We're only available during these hours. And that's that. It can be that simple. If you know that you do your best work in the morning hours, you're vibrant, you're on fire, you have all this energy, then you need to capitalize on that time slot to say, this is when I'm going to schedule the times where I need to meet with clients, or the times where I'm on video or recording podcasts, or perhaps batching social media content. Use that time really intentionally, versus if you know that you only have like a 3-hour window, let's say your kids are off on summer vacation and they need you, then it's time, okay, I can get childcare for this chunk of time. How can I best use my time and energy? Use it in that way, because you shouldn't look at your calendar and go, first of all, if it's blank, be overwhelmed. I'm like, I don't know what to do when. Or the opposite, which is it's so full, I have no time to actually be productive and get things done. So I always recommend you batch out what you can batch out, so that you can use your time in chunks and increments. You can take pauses, get outside, take a body movement break, take a reset, eat, drink water, like all the things. Your calendar shouldn't be so packed that you feel like you're drowning, and that the only free time you have is at night or on the weekends, and then that's when you're getting ahead. But actually what that means is that you're working an 8-day work week. No good. So that is the second sign that you might have outgrown your business. You need to really align with your higher self. What does that higher self lifestyle day-to-day look like? This is one of the things that I help mentor my clients with, because we are indoctrinated to believe that we have to work from 9 to 5, and that has to be at a desk and it has to look like this. But I can tell you, some of my most productive days are out in the garden when I'm not in front of a laptop. My mind is free, my body's free, my energy is flowing. I get more people applying to my Phoenix mentorship during those times. I get more cash transactions for buying big services or private mentoring at that time. I get people inquiring about private sessions or other things that I can do. I get more podcast pitches at that time. So it doesn't always equal, like sitting at my desk equals productivity and better workflow. Sometimes you might surprise yourself that actually playing, having fun, and doing some of those hobbies that take you out of your office are some of the best ways to spend your time in the calendar. And finally, number 3, you know you're at that precipice of that next level, and then you keep resisting it. So I'd like to talk about this one. This one's near and dear to my heart. They all are, but this one is especially. I can tell you about a time where it was at the end of 2021, and I knew without a shadow of a doubt, I was here to serve trailblazing women. I was here to serve powerhouse women. I was here to serve women who already had made it in their business. They had built successful businesses, empires, teams, programs, products, services, and suites. They needed my mentoring from an energetic level. They needed my mentoring from a rule breaker, let's follow your intuition, your instincts, to make a new paradigm, to innovate what you're already doing. Because their problem wasn't, can I get started and how do I get started? It was, I've done the thing and maybe it's no longer aligned and maybe I want to do something different, but I only keep following this rules and this system and it's not working. And I knew it. And it scared the crap out of me. I started to self-sabotage. I stopped believing in myself. I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? Instead of serving them, I will go back to serving the bro healers and coaches. That's who I'll help, because that was the old me. And by doing that sort of pivot into the wrong audience, the wrong direction, I shrank my energy field. And what happened was I abandoned my true self, my higher self, the person who I know was in there, who wanted to speak on stages and write a book and be well known of helping all these trailblazing women. Instead of doing that, I went the other direction. And going the other direction, I was hit with a lot of self-doubt, anxiety, and stress. I actually cut myself short from hitting my first $1 million year. I started to create programs and offerings that helped out the broke healer. And when I served those people, they didn't show up for calls. They defaulted on payments. They floundered. Even though I said, here's all the tools, all the resources, all the accountability, they still managed to not do the work. And some of them blame me, but some of them took responsibility. But in serving that program, those people, I was like, this is not it. And I think it's also important to sort of find contrast, maybe go the wrong way, to find where you hit up against that wall again and go, yeah, that's not it. That's not what I want to do. Those people are not who I want to serve. And I think that's important. I don't call it a mistake. I think that it needed to happen so that I don't veer off again, so that I know what my true north is. I know who my people are. I know who I serve. I know who needs me. Because as a torchbearer, I know I'm here to light other torches, and I'm here to guide the way, and I'm here to lead in an authentic way, because myself, I'm a trailblazer. I don't know anybody else who combines spirituality and business strategy in the way that I do, in a grounded, fun, humorous, lighthearted way. And so this is my own personal story for you to say, listen, it's okay to just kind of find the edge, but then course correct. Come back into your true north, find your true alignment, and start to live from that place. This is part of what I teach inside the Phoenix mentorship and my energetic advantage. That is how you get your energy into alignment. You begin to embody that persona, that part of that's higher self, and then you begin to take action. So you're taking that execution. You're moving that energy from like, I want to be a speaker, to I am a speaker. What would a speaker look like, feel like? How would I embody her as a person right now? And then how do I move in the world? Because you can't just stay in meditation and prayer. You actually have to put it into motion. So I hope these 3 tips really helped you to understand if you have just outgrown your business and what you can do. If you want some more help and support, let me know. I have links below for the Phoenix Mentorship. I kick it off the end of July 2025. Depending on when you get this, there could be a wait list. We might have already started, but trust me, this might be that last bit of like whisper from the universe that says, maybe you've outgrown yourself and maybe that's okay. It's good to find yourself with this contrast that doesn't feel good to help you know what you want. And when you know what you want, then you can go get it. So if you need support while you're going to get it, while you're trailblazing and not taking anything from anybody, I'm here for you. I can't wait to see you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and like it, share it with a friend. Leave a comment below. Which tip was the most helpful for you? 1, 2, or 3? Thanks for being here. Lots of love.